This intense courtroom video captures a dramatic and ongoing clash between a firm, no-nonsense judge and a defendant determined to challenge the system at every turn. From the very beginning, the tension is undeniable as the defendant interrupts proceedings and refuses to follow basic courtroom protocol. Instead of cooperating, she insists on using unconventional legal arguments, questioning the court's authority and demanding proof of claims in ways that clearly frustrate the process. As the hearing unfolds, the judge remains calm but assertive, repeatedly explaining the legal realities while maintaining strict control of the courtroom. Despite being given opportunities to understand her rights and options, the defendant continues to resist, rejecting court-appointed counsel and attempting to represent herself without a clear grasp of the legal system. In a later session, the situation becomes even more critical when the judge carefully evaluates whether the defendant is capable of self-representation. Through a series of direct questions, it becomes clear that she does not fully understand the charges against her or the serious consequences she may face. This leads to a decisive moment where the judge steps in to ensure that proper legal representation is maintained, prioritizing fairness over the defendant's insistence. Overall, this video highlights the challenges courts face when individuals refuse to engage with the legal system in a conventional way. It's a powerful example of how patience, authority, and procedure come together in high-stakes situations, making it both compelling and thought-provoking to watch.
Trying to understand. Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest.
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel, defective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No,
Your position. But listen, Ms. Pugh, don't speak over me.
Respectfully, my incarceration.
Ms. Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why. Is because you have a lawyer. And your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself. And given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today. If that's what you want to do, we'll get your case set for trial and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I'm accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand? By law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine, after they listen to the evidence, if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with, if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list. This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So we'll do, so Mr. Jeffries, just, I mean, get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury.
Right, I would
And
assume.
we'll just get it figured out that way.
As the proceedings finally come to a close, the courtroom atmosphere shifts from chaotic exchanges to a firm and controlled conclusion. The judge leaves no room for doubt, making it clear that while every individual is entitled to their rights, those rights must be exercised within the framework of established law. Throughout the hearings, the defendant was given multiple opportunities to understand the seriousness of the situation and to cooperate with the process, yet her continued resistance and reliance on unconventional arguments ultimately worked against her. In these final moments, the judge emphasizes the importance of proper legal representation, especially when the stakes involve significant prison time. It becomes evident that the court's priority is not just maintaining order, but also ensuring that the defendant receives a fair trial with competent guidance. By denying her request to represent herself, the judge reinforces a critical point: self-representation requires a clear understanding of legal procedures, consequences, and responsibilities, which cannot be overlooked. The closing serves as a powerful reminder that the courtroom operates on structure, discipline, and legal standards, not personal interpretations or defiance. While the defendant's persistence created moments of tension and frustration, the judge's steady authority ensured that the process remained intact from start to finish. In the end, this case highlights the balance between individual rights and judicial responsibility, leaving viewers with a deeper understanding of how the legal system handles challenging situations and why respecting its process is essential.